Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about Overwatch Stadium. Now, it's a brand new game mode that Blizzard had just released. I think it was Season 16. Um, Stadium is kind of like a MOBA slash Overwatch game mode, but they want it to be like competitive. Basically, the premise is you choose a hero. They only have a limited selection of heroes right now, but you choose a hero, and then you choose a set of powers. You play through like a round of 7. I think it's the first to 4 win 4 rounds wins, or if they win with some money deficiency, like if you win enough matches and you have more money than the other team, then you can also win the match. But typically the matches go at least 4 rounds. If you're just destroying them, you'll win in 4 rounds. But it can go up to 7. So on each odd number, so round 1, 3, 5, and 7, you can choose powers, right? This is kind of the cool, interesting thing because it like remixes your character's abilities. For example, Lucio, one of the most popular things on Lucio during the April Fool's event is being able to sound barrier on someone's head and it like does damage to them. Well, in this game mode, they have that ability. You can literally just choose it. And so you always see these Lucio players while you're playing, you always see them like trying to sound barrier on people's heads because it does like 200 damage to them, which is pretty good. So yeah, it's an interesting game mode. You can also buy items. I guess it's items. You have like match cash. So depending on how good you did in the match, you can gain money. And then at the end, like if you did the best, and you get like some bonus money. And at the end of each round, it like shows the MVP of the allies and the enemies. Now, this is a really big, for me, breath of fresh air for Overwatch. I've played Overwatch since Overwatch 1 beta, all the way back in like 2016 or 2015, and it's so long ago. And so this is what I imagined when they talked about Overwatch 2, like this game mode. Overwatch 2's been out, I don't know why I'm looking at my watch, but it's been out for so long that if I realize now, I put in my notes that if they had released this game mode with Overwatch 2, I feel like there would be a lot more excitement around it. Now one thing that they did obviously is add like a third person, like the primary viewpoint of playing this game mode is through third person, and I think that's obviously like a direct competition to Marvel Rivals. They're like trying to get people from over there to come back, maybe, or maybe they're just trying something different, which I think is fine. But a lot of people, especially my friends that play DPS, they don't like it because it's like weird trying to aim in a game you're used to playing, like Cassidy aiming with normal shooting, and now you have to do it like over his shoulder. It's just strange. For me personally, I really enjoy the third person. I think it's cool. It has to be said, I don't play many characters that require much aim, like intense amounts of aim. I usually play like Reinhardt, Doomfist. I usually play Lucio, Lifeweaver, like characters. I mean, I guess Lifeweaver a little bit, but not really. Lucio probably is the most aim dependent character that I play. I don't mind the third person. I think it's really fun with Lucio and Reinhardt, because the primary problem with Reinhardt and maybe a little bit with Lucio is you need like spatial awareness of what's going on. Reinhardt holding his shield up, you can see a little bit behind you, but I guess as the third person is nice because you can see more. It's especially useful with Lucio because you can have a good idea of where your team is and where everyone is. And instead of having to look back and forth and look around, you can just bam, like go, your team's around you, all right, speed up, everyone goes in. You don't have to be like told, or you don't have to like trust that you're going to speed and your team's going to go in, or not go in. The thing that is interesting to talk about, but maybe not for everyone, is that the game mode, it's called Stadium, is incredibly unbalanced. It's very unbalanced. Like you can tell. The more you play, I've played it ever since it released. I don't know. I think it's been about a week now, maybe. But you can tell that it's not well designed. It's not well designed. They didn't have balance in mind when they designed it, because a lot of characters just have really, really strong abilities. Now, it is a mini I consider kind of like a MOBA, or it's a bit like maybe like Valorant or like CS. In these kind of games where you have to buy, but you're also buying like ability power. So you can buy like ability power, weapon power, you can buy armor, shields, you can buy things that increase your attack speed, you can buy things that increase your movement speed. You can buy things even that like help your ult charge. So there's some items that help your ult charge like For example, there's one that's like you start with 25% ult charge, which is pretty good for some characters. There's some items where like if you die, you get ult charge, stuff like that. So there's like a lot of different stats you can mess with. The thing that I find the most interesting about this is that Blizzard, for the longest time, like when Overwatch was out and stuff like that, they purposely made their ability names and things of that nature. They purposely made it very like esoteric. Oh, they don't want you to worry. They want the game to be very like simple, and they want it to be like easy to come in. You can just you don't need to know how much damage Reaper's weapons do, or you don't need to know. You know what I mean? But eventually, these things started to be like added in, or people started to like maybe people just wanted to understand because people wanted to get like the best of the best at the game. And so it's interesting how this game was totally different. It's all about stats. It's all about figuring out what's the most important build, what's the best build to do, and use against the enemy and how to build around it. So for me personally, these are some problems that I have noticed in Stadium. One thing is like the games can go on for long, but there's like a bit of a catch. There's like a kind of an exception to it. The rounds themselves are pretty like short and isolated. Maybe 5-minute rounds, maybe 7-minute rounds. They're actually really short because every single map is designed like basically cut in half. So they have anyway, all the maps are basically cut in half. So instead of it being the whole map, it's like just the first point of a certain object of a certain thing. Or it's really cool. I actually really think that's my favorite part about it. How they basically changed every single map for this game mode specifically. I think that's awesome. Instead of releasing brand new maps, which I think there are a couple brand new maps actually that are not in the main game that are in this game mode. But this was a cool invention. That being said, the games themselves overall, if you guys have equal skill, it goes for a long time. Like it almost goes 30-40 minutes. It's like an actual MOBA. But I think that because the rounds are so short, it doesn't really feel like it goes that long until you realize, like, once your match is over, like, wow, I've been playing for almost 30 minutes, 35 minutes. That's pretty interesting. And that could be a problem for some. I don't know. I love playing MOBAs. Like, so I don't really care. I think that's fun because I like seeing my build grow and progress. So it's fun. Some people, I can see how they would not like that. They would really dislike that. The one thing is, like, snowballing is a real big problem. Like I said, the game mode is incredibly imbalanced. So, because of that, snowballing just goes insane. Like, if someone gets ahead, and if someone buys the right items, and if you don't itemize against them, they will just destroy your whole team. And it's like there's nothing you can do. And it's actually a very visceral feeling because you go out there to fight someone and you get instantly killed by one of their carries or whatever. It really is like the mobile experience. Like, if someone gets fed and someone does super well, they just absolutely destroy everyone. Last thing is I think one of the biggest problems with this game mode, and I don't know how they really fix it, but there's like really bad lever problems. Like, if people do bad, they just leave and they don't care because I don't really know what the lever punishments are, to be honest. But I don't think many people care. Like, people just leave and it sucks. It's like leaving a comp match. Like it like literally makes it impossible for the enemy team to win unless one of your teammates like doesn't play or one of your teammates is really bad. Then maybe it's more even. But for the most part, if the people that are on your team are living, breathing humans, then they can probably destroy, a team where you have like just an obvious Stark advantage. It's really, really sad when I see levers. And when I get levers, it's just like, oh, great. So now I have to wait until the match is over. And like I said, like the rounds go a long time. If you have like a lever, they're still expecting you to play through the game, even if you're on round 1. So you have to play like 3 more rounds and go through all the rigmarole. Now, to be fair, it's just like comp. You can also just wait until the little counters finish counting, where it like says, "Oh, this will penalize you if you leave. You have to wait." I think it's like maybe 4 or 5 minutes. Once that's done, then you can just leave. You get a loss, but you still leave. Which is I just usually do that. I'm not trying to wait. Like, we already know it's over. Maybe that's a loser mentality. To be fair, maybe I shouldn't. But my time is valuable to me. I'm not trying to fucking sit around trying to win a battle like this. I just move on, play a different match. One question that popped up into my head as I was playing is, there were some people, I was just playing random games and just talking to people. Some people were saying like, I don't really think I'll play this game mode. This is kind of just like Overwatch with extra steps, And I was thinking, like, that's a good point. Like, who is this game mode even for? Who is this game mode for? Is it trying to get people from Marvel Rivals back over to Overwatch? Is it just them, like, trying something new, trying to like use some of the PvE elements that they didn't use and incorporate it into the main game in kind of an interesting way? Honestly, the weird thing about this is I don't think this game mode is for the current Overwatch 2 players. It's for other people that maybe have like stopped playing the game or played Marvel Rivals for a couple months and they like want them to come back or whatever it is. Because I'm not really like an Overwatch 2 player too much. I don't play Overwatch 2 that much. Like every once in a while I play with my friends just to like hang out. We can, talk shit in voice and just play together. But for the most part, I don't play the game too much. But this game mode has gotten me coming back because I love MOBAs. Like, I mean, Deadlock is not really too popular right now because it's still being developed, but that's one of my favorite games from last year. It was so fun. And that game is extremely complex, and most of my friends moved on because they did a lot of things with the game. But this Overwatch, it kind of feels like a little bit of like a simpler version of that. And I love it. I think it's cool. But I do wonder, like, who is it for? Is it for me, my type of person? Someone that likes MOBAs, but also like likes Overwatch, so it's like this weird combination. I don't know. All right, finally, so here's some heroes that I want in Stadium. So off the top, I might be wrong, and if I'm wrong, don't shoot me, but Orisa, Junker Queen, Zarya, and Ryan are all the tanks that are in right now. And Diva, did I say Diva? I think I said Diva. I think we got for DPS, Genji, McCree, Cassidy, Soldier, Mei, and Reaper. Those are the DPS. These are all the characters, all the heroes we have in the game right now, Stadium. We got Anna for healer, Juno, Kiriko, Mercy, Lucio. Those are the 5 for each role. I'll just give you who I mean, personally, I'm a Doomfist main, so obviously I would love to have Doomfist. They don't need to add Sombra. They don't need to add her. That's fine. Just add Doomfist. That would be great. For DPS, I don't really know. Like, I'm not really thinking about it too much. I think it would be interesting if Echo was in there because they don't really have a flyer DPS yet. So that'd be kind of interesting. Echo would be cool. For heals, I would love to see like Lifeweaver. I mean, I like Lifeweaver. I think he's fun. I like the healbot characters, Sumi. I'm not like a person that plays DPS too much. But the DPS role is like, in this game mode, it's very important that you play like DPS-y as a healer. Like, you have to, the best healers are like Kiriko and fucking Juno because they can do like healing and damage at the same time in this game mode specifically. So yeah, Doomfist on tank, that's a must priority. They have to add it. Maybe Echo would be kind of interesting. And Lifeweaver would be nice too because just imagine all the cool stuff he can do with like his little petal and his tree. Maybe they can make his tree like deal damage to people at the same time as hurting enemies as much as it heals your allies type of thing. Like in Marvel Rivals, like Groot's wall like hits people. That'd be kind of neat. Anyway, so my final thoughts. Overwatch Stadium, pretty good. Honestly, pretty good. That's a thumbs up from me. I'm a Blizzard hater. I'm not a hater, to be fair. I've played the game forever, for more than almost 10 years. The game hasn't even been out too long, but Overwatch 2 I've played through its whole life. But it's good. Yeah, it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Honestly, it's just a fun thing to play with friends. It's like a fun thing to experiment with different builds and like try, like some of my, like one of my builds that I was doing that was fun was Reinhardt with the Fire Strike build, where you just build all of his Fire Strike powers, build a bunch of ability power, fuck the defenses. You don't need defenses if they're dead. And then I just hit one Fire Strike, like instantly kills a fucking squishy if they're a little bit damaged. Or if you get that one power that leaves like a Torbjorn trail, Molten Core trail when you use 2 at the same time. That's nice for like zoning and separating people. Oh, it's so fun. I like it. I haven't played everyone yet. I've played all the supports. Mercy kind of sucks, which is sad. But I played all the supports. I played most of the tanks. I haven't played many DPS. I'm not really much of a DPS player, but I'll probably try them. But yeah, Overwatch Stadium, it's a great game mode. I really enjoyed it. If you're like contemplating about coming back to Overwatch to try it out, you should come back. You should try it out. It's free. There's no reason not to. You can just try a couple games. If you hate it, just leave. Just leave in the middle of the match too, so we'll have to all suffer because of your lack of commitment.